Hey guys, so I just left my civil court for no stalking with Tara. I am driving, so I won't be really reading the comments because I kind of just got it chilling here. But I figured to say what I needed to say while I can. But anyway, unfortunately, they dismissed my case against her, which, holy cow. Her lawyer was a little pit bull. But anyway, they dismissed mine, and we have to continue until what is it, July 12th. We wanted a different day, but that wasn't going to work out too well for me. But anyway, but my case itself has been dismissed, which is something else. And oddly enough, though, at least Lou Riva was the guy from the sheriff's office that was there today. And he actually, oh shit, dropping you guys. But anyway, even when I didn't necessarily want it, he escorted me anyway, which is good. But her lawyer tried to say, oh, well, you don't sound so scared because if you guys remember when the Melanie Martin first called my number, I presented that, right? And they're like, well, you don't sound so scared in this phone call where you're over talking her and everything. Like, hello, like, how are you to tell me how I react if I'm scared or annoyed or anything? But that's that. I asked her only a few questions on CN today. I was just done with that part of it. All it is continuing to lie, and then all they had against me is the fact that I made some posts blocking her kids' faces out, like, hello, and then they're just saying, well, of course you knew that saying do not call would make everybody call. Like, no, do not call means don't. They do call. That's their own business. Like, what the hell? But I didn't have anything to prop my phone up on, so you're kind of stuck dealing with a blank screen. But highly disappointing. Honestly, though, I did figure they would dismiss it just because nothing else has gone anywhere. There is a big announcement for legal announcement that I have, guys. Some of you, if you're local, probably already know, but I'm pretty excited because honestly, it makes this whole thing 10 times better. But as the AA members know, oh, that's another thing, guys. They're trying to claim, oh, I started my AA memberships to make money off of Tara or something like that. Some crazy shit. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Are you serious? But anything. I really have no idea. I had to go back and look. But yeah, I mean, it could have went worse. They're definitely going to have a lot to handle if they decide to go to trial with me criminally. I was going to turn in some paperwork for the other stuff today, but really I'm going to come back and do that a different day. I did have some issue with my one video playing. It was just a hot mess. But nonetheless, we went there, did our thing. Tara is full of lies, so honestly, I'm not too worried about her part of it because I did nothing wrong, as you all know. And okay, that's what I got off on a different tangent. But listen, guys, as some AA members know that have already seen, got a little, hurt. But anyway, I get a call stating, okay, enough is enough. Something like that. I've had it. I gotta work in the morning. All this obnoxious nonsense. And anyway, what she says is, she's like, of course it's Tara, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end she's like, I'll see you in court, bye bitch, or something like that. It's like only like an 18-second voicemail. But it was just so strange that I haven't received a call in weeks from this number. And now, the night before, 12 hours before or so, that we're set to go to trial civilly. Sorry again, guys. I see everybody commenting, but I'm cruising, so can't be reading them at this point. But I just wanted to give everybody the update. Once I get back home, I'm just gonna not quite be able to do so. Highly disappointing, but I'm not shocked, like I said, that they dismiss anything. Oh, Justice Jake is calling me. Everybody calls when I go live, I swear. But, yeah, definitely disappointing. And then, God, Justice Jake, stop it. But yeah, what can you do? I mean, it kind of makes it weird now that I don't have to go and present anything, just defend myself. But really, I mean, number one, most of her allegations have nothing to do with me. And number two, ain't nobody called the sheriff's office on March 2nd saying anything about harming her children, anything like that. You want to know why? Because I didn't even review the damn tape for over a month from that day. Over a month. So any calls received, as we all know, as you guys know, that, you know, if you did call that day, that whatever was said wasn't to do with Tara. You know. So, but she also, last time we had court, she's sitting there saying, well, over 100 times you said these things about me and all this other stuff, that I've been harassing her since November, when I didn't even know her. I didn't even interact with her. They actually try to throw Wendy under the bus, which is not shocking. I mean, hey, if a lawyer's got some shit-ass lying client, then of course you're going to just say whatever you can. Yeah, it was a long day. I had anxiety at the kazoo. But nonetheless, I do continue to get calls as of, you know, the wee hours of this morning. It's definitely a shame, but, you know, when you're going up against members of the sheriff's office, that's what we expect. Well, honestly, we should not expect it, but, you know, obviously with LaSalle County and many others, they just do for their own. I do think the judge seemed pretty fair. She seemed like she was getting frustrated with me being a lawyer. But, hey, you know what? You do what you gotta do. And then they try to say, well, you chose to come here. What? I'm not paying thousands of dollars for a lawyer to defend me for some frivolous bullshit that I didn't say. Oh, you're gonna get a no stalking order because I posted a photo of you saying you were the person that had said the terrible things that everybody heard. Like, oh, okay. Whatever you want to say. The lady is nuts. Completely nuts. But what can you do? And they also, her lawyer was questioning me about, you know, making money off videos, all that stuff, how it works. But her lawyer was sitting there saying, oh, so you like to get the reaction to get a better, like, when the fuck did I do anything to get a reaction out of anybody? Number one. Number two, most of the videos concerning what Tara had to say were, you know, limited ads. You know, where straight up you might make whatever amount on there, but you make, you know, 30 cents off of thousands of views. So it makes no sense. And that's what I told them in there. I said, actually, ones where people are getting threatened to slice their throat and such, it doesn't work out too well for monetization. And two, I was doing this before I ever got monetized. As if the fact that once I hit the level of being able to be monetized, that I should not run ads on my content. Really. That's literally a big portion of her freaking literally the last thing she says on her claim against me is, oh, so she can make a buck off me on YouTube. Like, and don't tell me how to respond, you know, when I'm scared, nervous, upset, whatever. Even her lawyer, he seemed to be getting frustrated with me too, and then he's like, and I'm like, whoa. The judge agreed that he wasn't being aggressive, but honestly, I felt like he was being aggressive. Like, I told him, how the fuck do you know how I'm going to respond? Should I just start crying on the phone when someone's harassing me? Should I just start bawling my eyes out, or what? Like, what response do you want? Of course I'm going to get agitated, and as well as the person with me is going to get agitated. But, you know, overall, I still feel confident with it, because yeah, maybe she won't pay in this way for what she's been doing, but I truly believe that it might have scared some sense into her that this behavior isn't okay, especially as a 911 operator, because according to her claim, she was worried about losing her job, which I would be worried too when I'm threatening to harm somebody and such, and it's on film. But nonetheless, they had literally nothing on me, so they went back like 12 years just to find some shit from when I was a senior in high school. It was petty. And then they're like, oh, does this not question your believability or your honesty? Pretty much. I can't think of the word right now. I was like, actually, if you read it, I was completely honest. And I just straight up told them what was up. Like, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? You picked the wrong one. Like, oh, are you going to bring up my my failure to reduce speed ticket I got like 10 years ago too? How far are we going to take this? But, I don't know. I mean, I can't blame her lawyer too much. I mean, he's got to work with what he's got. And unfortunately, when your client is a big piece of shit, I believe it is Shiat, what can he do? What can he do? So, I mean, it definitely was highly disappointing, and I could have chosen to take a different path at the end, and I chose not to, so it's all good. But, nonetheless, yeah, I know, I'm sure you guys are sick of staring at this shit up here. But, that's what we're working with right now. So, yeah, disappointing, BS, but whatever, you know, it is what it is. That's how the courts work. You know, I already knew that there's only a half percentage of actually getting it, and I was pretty well set in my head that they were going to tell me. You guys hear or see me? I'm coming right out of the country, so I think that had something to do with it. Luckily, it was not as hot in there today, so at least we have that going for us. But yeah, overall disappointing. There's like this whole county disappointing. Armpit of I deal with my anxiety. I didn't even want to go to court that day. I was like talking to Justice Jake, talking to someone else, and I was like, all right, I'm going to show up. You know, because they kind of freaked me out. And then I went ahead and did it. Didn't matter how great of a lawyer. And went from there. And that's things is like the follow through and just trying to keep on going. And I don't know what this woman's thing is, trying to tell me, oh, that I something about getting kicked out of Kane County. She had said that in the recorded video where she threatened me. And then her lawyer brought that up today at court. I've actually never audited at Kane County at all. I don't even think I've audited any location inside the county whatsoever. And then they brought up the Normal Police Department. I was like, well, that was a positive video. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I fail to understand what you're talking about. Because as we all know, the complaint compliance thing, I didn't start until I started having issues with the complaints at LaSalle County. That's what kind of inspired me to go and check other people and see how their process is, you know. So, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but it's all just, I mean, her lawyer's just reaching as far as he can, trying to talk about weird shit, like, and then trying to walk me in. Oh, well, you knew they were gonna call, blah blah blah. How did I know anybody's gonna call anybody? And two, were the calls directed to her? Because if you're talking about March 2nd, 2021, the calls were not directed to her unless she maybe was being a bitch on the line. But according to the almost 2 hours of footage, according to, what was I saying? Oh yeah, according to that, she didn't sound like anybody was threatening her or her kids in that moment. Like, literally, you can hear her just being annoyed, people saying, oh, you're violating her rights, blah, blah, blah. Or you don't hear her say, oh, somebody's son. No, you want to know why? It's very unlikely that happened, especially directed at her, because we didn't know who she was at that point. None of us, including me. You know? So, I don't know. It's all weird. But I have faith that her counterclaims are going to be tossed to the rug because, number one, literally, I'll have to go back over it with you guys, but all of her first claims are stating that I posted whatever on Facebook or YouTube and that I directed people to call her, when very clearly in the post it shows I did not direct anybody to call. And I certainly didn't direct anybody to call her on March 2nd. She also played some weird message that she claims is me, without showing too much of anything to do with that, proving which phone it came from, any of that. She's full of it though, so that's what we got. You know, I don't have to sit there and defend my lies like some people have to, which is why she had such a terrible time on the witness stand, I think. I kept trying to object her attorney while he was questioning me because I was getting mad. I'm like, dude, stop. And he was doing the same thing I did, where he asked like 10 questions in one. I only did that because I can't freaking help myself, but I think he was almost trying to trip me up. But the thing is, you can't get too far tripped up when you ain't the one lying. It's a beautiful day out, though. I'll tell you what, late afternoon, this is the last thing I want to be doing. We'll see what evidence they have to present, though. I would love to see it. Because literally, besides the fact that I posted a picture of her, which was available publicly online to begin with, what'd she have? Nothing. I was even kind enough to remove the faces of her children. I mean, she's behaving that way and then posting the faces of her children online for all the people that are upset with her behavior to see. I mean, that's on her. But anyway, I do think this person's a nutbag. I also firmly believe she's the person harassing me. But, I mean, she literally, even when her lawyer today was stating stuff, he's stating it in generally about me at the sheriff's office. Like, what's me at that sheriff's office have to do with Tara, except for the things they're claiming I have done or such? I don't know. Made no sense. I think he's just trying to do the best that he can with what he's got. I know, it's terrible. Alright. And also they brought up the fact that he tried to say, well, you certainly, that's where he started this stuff from King County. He's like, well, asking about, you know, other people calling me in regards to my my videos and such. And I said, I've never had anyone call me. Never. Actually, the worst I've gotten was, you know, a bunch of people talk shit online. And that one guy said something in the live to me as he was driving down the road. He was harassing me for doing something legal that I'm allowed to do as he was driving down the road hanging out the window filming me. If you guys remember at the veterans home, that happened. And then also some bimbo at the bar like 2 weeks ago. She ends up being a local cop's wife, right? And I actually kind of know the local cop from one of my old jobs, all that, right? I don't believe the wife knew at this point. I was outside, and me and like two of my friends were sitting there smoking, and her and a couple of her little buddies that, you know, I had seen this woman, and I noticed her give me some dirty ass look right when I walked in to go up by one of my friends that was like on the slot machine, and instantly, like, I had the feeling like in my heart, I was like, this bitch recognizes me from AA, right? And I didn't think much of it, shouldn't say anything. And then later on, I thought, as I'm out there with a couple of my girlfriends, I thought the people behind us were having a conversation about me, like talking shit. But I wasn't for sure because I was in the middle of an ongoing conversation on my own. And I was also drinking. I don't exactly know, but I heard like something video, stuff like that. I was pretty sure, right? Well, then one of my friends like starts getting like, I could tell she's getting pissed, right? She's getting mad. And she's usually like voice of reason type friend. She's pretty cool. But anyway, and then she tells me, she's like, dude, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, which one? And I was like, no way. I thought they were talking shit. I thought so. I wasn't for sure. And keep in mind, this is one of the local cops' wives who, he was also at the bar that day. I saw him. But, I don't know if she even knew that, like, I was cordial with that person or what, or she just hated me from my videos or what. But I turned to her, and I waited for her to freaking give me some dirty-ass look again after she was talking shit. And I said, you didn't have something to say, did you? And all this. And then, of course, she just plays completely stupid, like she wasn't just straight up talking shit for like 15 minutes. Like, yeah, girl, okay. Like, we could have a conversation. If you have a problem with what I do, what other auditors do, all that, like, why, instead of sitting there talking shit under your breath and then getting called out in front of your little friends and sounding like a giant VAG, like, why not just come up and ask, like, why do you do this? Meh. You know, anything, because that just shows what a coward she was. I don't know, I'm off on a tangent now, guys. But yeah, literally nobody has ever called me. Even that lady, that was the first time somebody tried to confront me at a bar and they wouldn't even confront me. Which is cool, because honestly, I was feeling pretty good. But I did run into, I don't think I told you guys yet, a couple weeks ago I was shopping at Aldi's, and I was like going to turn the aisle, and some lady, you know how you like do that awkward thing where you're in each other's way as you're turning the aisles? And some lady, she's in scrubs, and she's like, are you Accountability Angel? And I'm like, oh fuck, because, you know, I wasn't feeling freaking outgoing. I was just trying to chill and do my shopping, right? And I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, hi, I'm so and so, and she actually worked at the veterans home, the one that Illinois Veterans Home in LaSalle, where I filmed there before, and everybody wanted to make a big stink about it. But she and I, instead of her being some mean old broad to me, she actually was very kind. She even gave me a hug, actually. But you know, we had a nice, decent conversation amongst each other. Just about, you know, ways to address these issues that may or may not piss people off more, just kind of bouncing things off each other. And it's actually a very positive conversation by the end of it, which is something I didn't think I'd have with a veterans home employee, especially given everything that's happened. But all right, there we go. Sorry guys, I'm all zoomed in. Okay. I missed all sorts of comments. Sorry, I was too busy driving and running my mouth. Pink Camera Magic, my case against Tara for the no stalking was dismissed. We just had court. We also have to go back, though, to address her counterclaim against me for no stalking as well, which we have to do that on July 12th. So, it stinks, but, you know, yeah, what can you do? Yeah, I think it was more or less pushed to another date because of time restraints. And trust me, it took a lot of time. But nonetheless, it still was just disappointing. But I had that thing plugged in this whole time without it charging. But it went well. She didn't have an army full of goons this time. She actually only had herself and her lawyer and such. But we also had like some bad stuff going in Peru last night, which I know they were calling a bunch of help in, involving a possible kidnapping. So maybe that's why, or maybe not. I really don't know. No, that lawyer tried to block freaking every little thing I had, even when it was completely relevant. Like, it was such a hot mess. But, I think there was definitely enough. I have no idea what she's talking about, where I've called her multiple times and multiple dates. She's fucking full of shit. I don't even know what else to say about that, because that's not true. I have, though, called back the number that was harassing me, which is strange. But she's claiming I called her the C word, the B word, all this other stuff, as me and my brother lied in wait for her. Like, girl, no. Yeah, yep, I know it, but that's okay. And, well, okay, I'll wait. I totally want to look into it more before I announce it, because I'm going to have so many different things to say about my announcement for later, but it's a big freaking deal. Big freaking deal. I think it's sad, though, that they try to mock people for the way they respond to, like, fear and threats and things like that. Because I literally did feel mocked when he's like, well, that's not how somebody that's in fear for their life acts. Like, excuse me? Have you ever had to act any type of way? Like, how do you know? You don't even know me. Okay, because I guarantee I'm going to react way different than whatever you think I'm going to. But, whatever. Is it better now? Because I saw, as I looked down, that it was... Yeah, sorry, Steve. Bye. I know. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to catch up here with everything. Oh, thanks so much, Rachel. I appreciate you. Bloodshot. Yes, that's actually what I was going to start talking about for the big thing. I'm so excited. So excited. Aw, Rachel, that's so sweet. Yeah, well, would you rather it be boring, or did you want me to crash trying to type back? Or whatever, respond and read. Leave me alone. They are angry. Thank you so much, T-Bones. Well, actually, T69 Bones, if we're really getting at it. I know, yeah, the trolls are hot and heavy because those douchebags, I'm not even stating their channel name because they've already used enough of my videos to try to make themselves money and content and relevant and whatever. But them and their nonsense just included me in one of their big long videos yet again last night. They can't stand me. I can't believe it. They just keep on wanting to listen to me. I mean, this voice is angelic, but I'm pretty sure one of them said it makes them want to puke, so whatever. Feel the way you feel. No, it was a rough one, but it was all good. And I feel super confident about the counter claims, because the counter claims, most of them don't even have to do with me. And at the very end, like I said, she says, oh, well, she just wants to make a buck off me on YouTube. Like, number one, YouTube doesn't pay me to begin with. Okay, check your facts. But yeah, once they try to get into any sort of personal details about my life, I just had to let them know, hey, I don't feel comfortable with that because of her retaliation as it is. You know, she's been trying to find out God knows what. The insane grandma, nothing yet. Well, I can't say that. Nothing that I know of yet. Yeah, well, they kind of are. Well, I have court next. Shit. I have court. I don't even know when. Ignore my face as I try to think of it. Shit. I think the 24th. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and look. I can't even remember right now. But yeah, and then my brother is not until like a month later. So, which is very weird. I don't know. I'm not exactly what they're doing because they're running out of time for the speedy trial. As he has filed no motions or anything, so I don't know. But, I dropped you all. Okay, all better. We'll pretend like it didn't happen. The tyrants had no video evidence. Oh no, they won't have even her little voicemail, which is like, I don't know, like a 5-second voicemail saying, I don't remember exactly what it said. I have to figure it out. But even in that, I'm like, that's what we got, really. But I expected that because we all know she's a liar and what she's claiming isn't true. And I also know that none of you guys called threatening her life and saying all this terrible shit about her on 3-2 because, again, she made all those statements on 3-2, but we didn't know about them until way, way after. BC Paul News, hey! But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. I didn't mean to keep it running forever like I always freaking do on lives. But yeah, that's an update. We just got out, like, right before I went live, probably like 15 minutes before, after I talked to some loved ones, you know. But, yeah, our big announcement to do with LaSalle County, that'll hopefully come tonight. I don't know if I'm just going to record something or go live. I probably should just record it so I don't drag it on for 2 years for you. Because I'm so freaking excited, and I'm going to tell you what, I don't care what he tries to claim. I know AA had something to do with this huge change for LaSalle County. Let me tell you. But, yeah. What? I know. Steve just can't help himself, Glenn, can he? He must have watched that terrible video last night and just decided to hop on the train. But I was very disappointed that they're like, oh, well, you try to, you know, milk people up pretty much so you can get better views and all of whatever. They pay you more. Like, are you kidding me? Because I'm pretty sure that anything that had to do with this that Tara was talking about was immediately restricted. So they're full of shit. I'd like to see them prove differently. Unfortunately for them, I can. And number two, doesn't matter what I make money on and what I don't make money on because I have rights and I was well within them. So that's all I got to say. Like, I'm outside this nice little park. I'm excited though to see the evidence that's supposedly against me. I will say I don't think... Oh, yay. Yay, thank you. Love you too. Oh, Gling, I know it. I can smell it from here. I have fully followed, but I followed enough to know that he sucks. I know, Real North Media. I just saw that. Want to pamper? Yes. Actually, I wasn't a fan of those. I actually use Huggies and such for my kids. Thank you. That's another thing we have. If you guys remember when I went to that baby shower a couple months ago, well, now the baby's coming. Mommy's in the hospital. So that was great news this morning. Still no word yet. I don't believe baby's here yet. But, yeah, it's just obnoxious how much of my time they've tied up so far just for all this. And then Tara tries to, their lawyer tried to use the fact that, what do you say? I responded to somebody on my Facebook who happens to also be one of my subscribers. His name is Clay. And I said something about, oh, I'm not getting a lawyer for all of this nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Kept on going with whatever I had to say. And then now they're trying to say, oh, so you think this is nonsense, so you're not scared, all this. I'm like, dude, what? What? But, I don't know. It was just all weird. They just try to tie in anything, but... What, Steve? Yeah, there you go, Gling. It's okay, guys. Steve's just trying to be relevant in everybody's lives. I know. I'll be surprised to see what comes of it. But no wonder I'm hot. I didn't have the air on at all. Hi, Cat Blocker. Thanks, Gling. I can't speak today. For real. But I don't know. That's about all I have for this moment. I have a few goodies to post for you guys later. I was just utterly amazed that they had to stretch so far back to my senior year of high school to try to find anything. Anything at all. Which is weird because that's stuff I've already addressed, It is what it is. But, I don't know. Tara has been known. I saw where she sought out for a couple different orders of protection, which I believe one of them appeared to be against a female before. But, I don't know. But I did my part. I followed up. I learned a lot about the process and how much I suck at being my own lawyer right now. But, it's okay. It's okay. It's all a learning curve. Because guess what? Pretty soon here, I'm going to have gone to many trials at one point, I'm sure. And then be a freaking professional at it by the end, so. So I feel bad for the judge, the attorneys, and anybody else that's forced to sit there and deal with it. Oh, yeah, they literally, and then when her lawyer got my response to, he's like, so, when you said, do not call this number, you knew that they were going to call all this, right? And I said, no. I said, do not call, right? And then he's like, well, and then he didn't want to take the answer. I'm like, well, don't even ask me if you're going to argue it back and forth with me. Like, dude, you want me to say yes? Like, no, not happening. So, nonetheless. And two, the only numbers I posted weren't Tara's numbers. They may or may not have been ones she was using to harass me, but they were never Tara's numbers. And the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office number, any of you from New Zealand, from frickin' Malaysia, from all over the place, from Asia, all those places, you can find it simply by searching on Google. So, I don't know. We'll see how well it goes for her. I would just be damn shocked if the same lady that's been harassing me all this time somehow got away with trying to get something, counter on me. So, I mean, they keep talking about these posts, but I already acknowledged I posted the posts. I'm not going to sit there and lie. But I didn't tell anybody to call her. Yeah. And two, who the fuck wouldn't call? Who wouldn't call if once they find out that, whoa, this dispatcher said, what? This person did that? Whoa, who the fuck would not call after that? What do you mean? Don't try and blame me. Obviously, it don't matter if they saw it on CNN, on AA, on freaking anywhere. You know, on some random freaking dude, shitty ass Facebook post, any of that. People are going to be like, what the hell? They're going to ask questions. And then she's trying to claim that because of, on March 2nd and after, when you guys obviously, you know, let them know that you were unhappy with the treatment they gave and all this, and the refusal of services, all that. She's trying to claim that because of that on March 2nd, that, I know, right? Me too. And, but she's trying to claim that, because of that on March 2nd, that they had to set up the complaint line on their phone calls, right? That's how shitty of a department they are. But, in reality, you can hear her on that video, the crotch cam, like a scam. Yep, exactly. But, you can hear her, stating that they have a complaint line and that she was going to forward somebody to it. So clearly they already had a complaint line established. Now my eyes are watering again. So, I don't know. It's all weird, but I feel good about it anyway. Got my whole little suitcase full of shit. Didn't help me, but I actually got those on clearance at Walmart. If you see them, scan them because they ring up way lower than they're priced. But, yeah, guys, that's about all I have for right now. I feel like I'm just rambling on and rambling on. But, much appreciation for you guys sitting here. This isn't the end of this story. Contrary to Tara's belief, I would do this whether I made a dime or not. And anybody that knows me and or knows how I've been on social media over the years knows that it's not even that shocking that I began picking up a camera and doing it. Actually, somebody encouraged me. They're like, why don't you make your own page if you want to, you know, run your mouth? Well, I did. I fucking did. And now you're crying about that, you know? So, I don't know. I have no idea, but I can't help the way she behaved. And when she admitted that she had no contact with me before, she claims she didn't have contact with me until a 911 call, but I've never called 911 for LaSalle County, you know. So I believe the only LaSalle County number I called 911 to was in Peru, you know, for other reasons that has nothing to do with that. So it's just very odd. We'll have to get further into that, though, once we have another date. I'm kind of happy that I don't even want to fucking deal with her anymore. But, again, for those of you who missed it, I did get another voicemail last night. I'll post it sometime for you. It's only like 18 seconds, but it was weird. I really think the person that's been harassing me had tried to backtrack all of it. Pretty much backtrack everything they've done. But, I'm not that stupid. I know to follow it, and I don't believe some bitch from Canada is wasting her time harassing me in this fashion. Stopping at no other time but when... That's another thing. Her freaking lawyer tries to say, oh, you must have been horrified or whatever since it took you weeks to... Was it April 10th is when I reviewed the video. And he's like, you didn't go to file for a no stalking order until... What was it, May 4th? Hi, Cooking with Lulu Ramos. But, shit, I don't remember what I was saying. I don't know. What was I saying? I don't know. That's about it. I was on a trip, but then I derailed and it went from there. But, I gotta get heading home. Very much appreciated for those of you who stayed with me, especially on this long-ass call, like I always do, or whatever it is. But yeah, I will update you guys with what I was touching on a little bit in a little while. Thank you, Gloria. Much appreciated. Jody, thank you. Carl. But, yeah, again, I'm not crying. Something's wrong. My eyes keep watering. But, But yeah, big announcement coming later. Pretty excited. It's going to throw all this news right out the window. Honestly, to me, it's better than any of this news, even if I would have not gotten it dismissed. Because nonetheless, I went there and did what I had to do. Because that's the thing. You can totally lose these things all the time, right? You only got 50% chance of winning, really. But if you don't show up at all, then you definitely don't get nothing done, nothing changed, anything. So, to me, it's worth it. It was worth the waste of time. It was worth all of it. And I have full faith that she won't be able to show anything that's true because it's all made up. But anyway, alright guys. Well, thanks for sticking with me. Much appreciated. The Real North Media. Take care. Bye, guys. Well, maybe. Oh, I always do this. Hold on. Now, bye.